is this on? Is this on? Let's just turn you around. Oh, wrong way. Oh, that's it. Got it. Oh, yeah. Oh, hi. It's Tamara here. Nice of you to join me. And thank you for joining me. I thought I'd come this side of the camera today because I wanted to give a shout out to all my subscribers. I've just gone past my 2000th subscriber. I've only had this going a year, and your support has been amazing. It really has. It's been fantastic. I'm so I can't put into words how overwhelmed I have been with your comments, with your words, even your reasons for making memory books have been one. They've just been fantastic. They really have, and there are a few stories that will stay in my heart of why you've made a memory book, and who they've been for. So it's been really heartwarming, and I'm glad I've had a little tiny sort of part. I've played a small tiny part in helping you make your memory books. Thank you for all your support for my books, for my tutorials, really. Without you, I wouldn't be here, and I certainly wouldn't be been doing it a year later. I would have given up a long time ago. And also for people that are giving, that keep plugging my channel and mentioning me on Facebook. This is where they learnt from. So go and check out her channel. Tamara Morton's fantastic. Again, without you, word of mouth, I wouldn't be the 2000th or so subscriber. So this is to you. Thank you very much for again helping me grow in my channel. And here's to the next 1,000, hopefully, if I'm still sort of running it, so to speak. Right, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a craft room tour. This is a little bit long overdue. Should have been done probably about 7-8 months ago. I did my alternative craft room tour, and that was when it was really messy, and it was very messy, very, very messy. So I'm just going to give you a bit of a tour. So I'm going to come, you have to excuse me because we are sort of decorating. So please excuse if you can see the back of me, or the back outside into my hallway, because my craft room is upstairs in my house. So this is my spare room. So again, we're decorating. So with sort of just excuse if you can see anything behind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you round, and then this craft room it's tidy. It is tidy-ish. So one of the reasons I did want to tidy it was I got myself a new Scan & Cut, and I really wanted it set up nicely. Haven't used it yet. It's still sparkly, brand new. It looks very nice on my worktop, must admit. So that's sort of there, waiting, ready to go. So that was one of the reasons I tidied up my craft room, was for that. But also because I can then do this video. So I'm going to turn you around, and we'll get started on the tour. There we go. So this is the view of my craft room as you come through the door. So I'm standing in the doorway here. So not a lot have changed since my last one. I've just got a bifolding door now, so I've got a bit more space. So I've put a bifolding door on here. As you can see, you can't, there you go. There's my little hangings that I make and stuff. Got one there that needs to be turned round. So they're all on there. And then I've got, this is a 12 by 12 stand. But it's got all my A4 papers in. So all my A4 cardstock is housed in that 12 by 12. I think it's like a shop display that I got. My friend was selling them, so I kindly acquired one. And then behind it I've got a magnetic board that this came from IKEA. Most of my stuff comes from IKEA. So on there is most of my movers and shakers dies from Tim Holtz and Sizik, so I've kind of stored them on there. I need to actually move that over a little bit. I've just noticed I've got a nice big cobweb, so I'll get that off. And then that's a picture of my daughter that was took in 2000, and the 1st of the 1st 2000 in Cyprus. When we went, there was a gentleman down on the harbour front who used to do these caricatures, and he said we got her done then. I think she was about 4 in that picture, so yes, lovely one that. So that's sort of that. So we'll just come through, and then obviously that then is this is the straight in front of you here. This is my working desk that I work at more mostly. And then if we pan round just to here, this then is like it's like an L shape. So I've got sort of 2 working desks really. And then that's got all of my 6x6 paper pads in there, and they're overflowing. I really do need to sort them out. And I store these are IKEA boxes. They come with lids, which you can see. I've stood them on the lid so I don't lose them, and they just fit in there perfectly, and the 12 by 12s fit just you know, snugly in there. So I've got them all in there, and then I've labelled them. I've got these clear labels that I use with the Dymo, and they're just the clear ones. I just like the clear labels, so kind of just like, I'm a bit of a label freak, me, so I do like to label everything. And then right at the top there, more IKEA boxes. I don't think they do these ones anymore, but they house my mulberry flowers and my bigger flowers. They hold all those in there. So things I don't use very often. Only if I'm, you know, I just kind of put them up there. I've got some Andy Skinner elements up there that I keep all his stuff together so that you can just pull it out. I think I've got Brad's up there. There's items that I've got for sale, but they are not going to be for sale. I'm actually going to put them in a giveaway, but shh, more of that a bit later. So so that's all there, and I've got some card samples that I've made and bits and bobs in there, some flour soft, and then you sort of come round, and then I've got all my oxides. They just fit in there really nicely. These racks are from Stamps Away. They come from there, so they're quite reasonable. I've painted a few of them, but I kind of forgot. I just put them all in, so they've all just gone in. And then I've got my Copic colour chart there. All my colour charts are housed sort of there, along with lots of other rubbish. And then this is all my black, white and craft card offcuts. So I keep them there because then, you know, you know, if you just want to cut a small tag, you know, I can just, oh yeah, that'll do. So I can sort of cut tags out of there. Coming down though from the Distress Oxides, I've got my Crafter's Companion inks. They're there. And then the Nuvo Aqua markers. And then I've got the sparkle pens at the back there. I've also got my Jane Davenport, the paint over pens are in there. So that's sort of that bit. Then I kind of come round, and then sort of down there I've got obviously some baby wipes. These ones are biodegradable that I've got. And then underneath I put all my used baby wipes are in here. And then I wash them just in the sink with some warm water to get all the paint and things out. And then what I was doing was using hand soap just to scent them, or bubble bath. But I'm actually going to try and put some fabric softener into a spray bottle with some water and see if that makes them smell just as nice, so that I can reuse them again. So then I've got my whirly, I don't know what you call this, sort of a carousel with all my used tools in. And then behind is my beloved not aquamarkers, beg your pardon, my Copics. I love my Copics, although I need to get them out a bit more. Don't tend to get them out as much as I should do. And then up there I've got my light box that just says Posh Cat Crafts on. I kind of change it now and again. And then up there, this is my overhead light when I film. I have got another one of these yet, but I haven't put it up yet because I've got my TV is sort of the other side and it would interfere with the TV, so I haven't actually put that up just yet. I might put it above, sort of here, but as I say, as far as I've got. And I haven't got a lot of display space in my craft room. Up there, my husband put some shelves up for me, and I've just got some things that I've sort of I've made. So I've got some memory books up there. I've got my box of lusciousness up there. A few more memory books and things. So they're sort of housed up there. And then we come down, and then obviously my works space. So I've got my most used inks and my acrylic blocks. I've got some distressed pens there, and my distressed crayons are in there. I've got some buttons and just odds and ends and things like that that sort of you use quite regularly. And then this is my setup that I have. So my camera goes in here and obviously films down. So this is when you see my hands are sort of there. So that's sort of my setup there. And then I can look out over the sort of one of my back parts of my garden. And then just coming across here in this barn, this is where my mum lives. So hi mum, if you watch this. So that's where she lives, and she's got her little garden. I say it's a little garden, that's sort of the front of her house. She's got it looking beautiful with all the hanging baskets and things. She does like to do a little bit of gardening, so that's going to look glorious when all those flowers are out, and I feel quite fortunate that I can look out at it every day and see it. So that's looking nice, and she's got some nice lights up at night, so it looks really, really pretty out there. So that's my outlook anyway. And then a look out beyond, we've just got fields and fields. So anyways, I come down, so that's obviously, and then I've got my laptop there, and I've got it on a laptop arm. It's just a recent addition to my craft room, but I'll show you a bit more of that in a minute. So then we come down, and then this here is where my doggies sit when we're in the craft room. And believe it or not, there is a dog in that basket there. She tends to like to get herself covered over, so she will she'll bury her little self in there, and that's where she'll sleep. So maybe if I call her, she might come out, I don't know. Maya! Moo! Maya! Maya! What are you doing? And that's the other one, that's Lexi. Well, you can just see her moving. Here she comes. Hello! Sorry, I woke you up, didn't I? Oh dear! Hello! So anyway, so that's my dog. See, I did say that she was in there. Normally, then what I would do is I would get the blanket out, and I'd make it all nice for her and cover her over. But she might just get back in there in a minute. So the other one's going to get in there now. That's Lexi. So she's going to try and get herself in there. And I know it's really sad. They have got other baskets, but they're downstairs. But when they were younger, they were so tiny that they both fit in this little box here, and all it was what are two old plastic drawers that come out of the plastic, you know, the wheelie plastic storage that you can get. They're just drawers that have come out of two of those that I was throwing away, and when we got them we didn't have a basket for them as such, so that's so we kind of put them in there for a couple of days, but I just thought they fit in there, they love it, so I'm sort of recycling, so I thought that was a good thing to do. So as we come round, and then I'll just sort of pan you round this way, and then you can see then the full sort of extent of my craft room all the way round back to the door there. And I'll just move around very slowly so that you don't sort of get a bit of a wobble on. And then coming round, then obviously you've seen my laptop and my TV. So my laptop's on this arm, and we've secured it to the desk, and it just allows me to, I've got that bit more desk space, because I did have a laptop tray there first of all, and I found that it was very cumbersome, and I couldn't, then when I came to type I had to kind of lean over, and I would get a bad back, and so I thought, well, I'll get one of these. So I had a look on Amazon, and I sort of got one of these, and that can be moved up or down, around, you can have it moved around. I made this mouse mat. As you can see, it is wood or MDF that I had, and I just bought a mouse mat and cut it down to size, and so that does for me. So, and I've just clamped it on so that it doesn't accidentally get knocked off. Although it's got a lip on it, I didn't want somebody to sort of hit it by mistake and then it you know, fall off. So I've sort of clamped it in place so that it's not going to move. So then I have all my these ones are my Prima sprays. I use them the most, so I kind of got them more handy than my other sprays. I just like the colours of the Prima ones. They you know, are nice. So they're there, and then we sort of come round, and then I've got more sprays up there. I love the Lindy Stamp Gang sprays. They're sort of are one of my favourites. I kind of collected them as they've been on sale and things. And then I've got my Cosmic Shimmer ones there. So we come round, and then here I've got all my punches. These are all my circle punches. And then I have my embossing folders, and then up the top there is my unicorn spit paint. My punches, we did the unicorn spit, which is at the top there. And then, so then coming down into this, I've got this cupboard here. I've got all my foamer in there. I've got some MDF bits. This is all my labelling kit there. I've got some pages that I've taken out of a book, an old book there that I'm going to die cut some flowers with. So that's sort of that side. And then again here I've got my melt pots in there, and my foiling machine, some lights, all my chipboard is in the bottom there as well, some extra gloves. I think I've got clay, and then in the side here I've all my electrical bits and my stamens for flowers. So that's sort of there. And then we sort of come round, on the top there we have my the new scan and cut that I'm dying to actually have a go at. I haven't had a go at it yet, so I've just put it all up, and so it's all nice and shiny, and waiting for me to raring to go. So then we come round, and then here is like what I use this part here as for all my die cut, all my die cutting. When my daughter shared this room with me, that's where she would sit. So she sort of had that L shape, and then I had this L shape. So sort of had roughly the same. I had a little bit more space, but who's going to quibble over a couple of inches? So that's why I've got here is a opening. So sometimes when she comes in to do her art stuff, I can move my bits out, and she's got a chair, and we kind of just craft together, and it's really nice. So, and then my Deflecto trolleys there, they're really good. They come apart, so you can just take one part with you, but they're on wheels, so you can reel them all about. So I've got all my lushes, all my bits that I use quite regularly. So I've had my lushes in there. I've got some Stamperian Pentart paints in one. And I've got some smaller chipboard and MDF pieces sort of in there. Some buttons, things like that. And then in the top two here, I've got all my bits that I use for my book dangle. So I've got quite a big stash of that now. So I've had to move it out of my drawer and put it in there, so it's all nice and sectioned off, so I know which is what's what. So that's sort of there. I've got my typewriter in down there, so I can do some sentiments in the game. So as I come up, this does look a bit of a mess. Now I have actually tidied that up, but what I tend to use that for is for bits and bobs, things that actually haven't got a home go in there. So I've got the Tim Holtz, the tag punch, that's in there, and I've got a few other bits, so that's sort of all in there. And then all the Tim Holtz, the Chemistry 101 and 102 and 103. So obviously I've done all those workshops online, and they're all my tags that I've sort of done in there. And then I was quite lucky enough, Tim and Mario came over to the UK a couple of years ago, and I think this is the one. Yes, I think yes, he came over a couple of years ago, and he broke the internet, so we couldn't there was so much demand for so few tickets that he broke the internet. So I was very, very lucky. I managed to secure 2 tickets to go and see him in person. It was fantastic, I will say. So these are sort of what we did, and I got him to sign my apron, and I wish I'd have got him to sign my book as well. But so this is all the things that we sort of did with him. So that was really that was a sort of something ticked off my bucket list. So me and my daughter went to that, even though she's not really into crafting as such. She had a really good time, and she really liked Tim and Mario. So she knows his voice now. Whenever Tim does a Facebook Live or something like that, she goes, "Oh, Mum's watching Tim again." So she knows who his voice is. So that then is, I digress. So that then is where I house all my big dies. They're all sort of in there. And then dies that I don't use very often, I tend to put out there so they're not out. Otherwise I'll have no space. So things like my Cheery Lynn designs, their dies are all in there. Now I do use them, that's why there's I've kept them, they're all in categories, because I was on their design team when they first started coming over to the UK. I was sort of one of the first people to actually use Cheery Lynn designs in the UK. So I was on their design team. I think they're actually now called Makers Movement. I think they're called that now. But their DT was fantastic, and they sent you loads of dies every month. So and then you had a massive big discount. So of course I bought loads of their dies, and their nesting dies are brilliant. So I sort of keep them sort of there. And then I've got the new tonic memory book dies that will be in another video coming soon with those. So I've kind of left them in there so that they're kind of sort of handy. So coming up to this cupboard here, I've got my Project Life. I tend to buy Project Life and things like that when they're on special offer, because what I tend to then do is I incorporate them into my memory books. So I've got quite a few. That then is all full. I probably haven't got as much as some people have, but they're all sort of memory book type labels and things like that have got some really positive affirmations on sort of in there, so I kind of flick through them and see, you know, what will go in my memory books and stuff. So that's all that. All my Nouveau drops are there. They were on my desk, but I've sort of moved them up there a little bit to make room for other bits, so they're still handy there. Then I've got art parts and MDF clocks, so that's all them in there, and things. So shut that down. And then in this one here, I've got a little machine there. Let's see, you can tell when my daughter's been here. A little machine everywhere. So in here I have all my mica powders. I don't know what that, I think this might be, that's all my pearls, my little pearls, and some diamond frost and things like that. And then micro beads and glitter for shakers when we make shaker cards. And I tend to sometimes put shaker cards on baby albums on the front, because that looks really cool. So I kind of got all of those in there. And then I've got sort of all my books that I've bought. So I've got my Jane Davenport books there, and I've got my Creative Expressions catalogue there, so I can flick through that. Some drawing books sort of there. This one, we made this book at one of Indigo Blue's secret retreats, and this is a canvas book, so we kind of stitched it all together, decorated it, because Kay does these canvas panels, decorative panels that you can then paint on. So using her paint, she has got some amazing paints, I will say, and they're beautiful colours. So we did that, we sort of made that. So that was the front, this is the back. I wanted to do two different, very different books, book covers, so they were sort of opposite. So I haven't really done much else inside it. I haven't had the time, but this is sort of, we did all of this in the workshop. I sort of made this is like a little concertina, so that'll be a job for when I'm less busy. That's a job for me. And then what have we got up here? And then this was a book. I still haven't finished this one, as you can see. I've still got the paper clips, the binder clips on. This is just a sort of a mixed media type of book that, again, I've not finished it yet. But I love this sort of patina, these colourings. They're sort of my favourite sort of colourings, and you can really, this is distressed oxides, and you can really make it look like rust. It's I was really pleased with how this turned out, this book. But again, I've not finished it. I've got a couple more pages to do. But again, this is sort of using stencils, dyes, paints, stamps. So this, you know, it's yeah, I'm really pleased with how that has turned out. So so that was that book, and then I have all my, this is all my sort of Creative Expressions stamps that I have so far. All my stamps and stencils, I've kind of kept them separate so that I know what I've got, and then I can grab them easily when I'm doing samples for people. So I'll put all my stamps in there. This one is all the dies that I have so far in there, so I keep them all separately so that I can again just go through them, you know, so that they are at hand. And then you have the Gemini, my trusted Gemini. It's a bit sort of, it needs a bit of a clean, I think, but I tend to like it when they're a bit messy. It shows that they're used an awful lot. So so that's where my Gemini sits. And then these are all my dies that I use quite regularly, and these are stored in just fridge bins. Again, these come off Amazon, and they're just, I like the clear bins you can see what you've got in there, and then they fit this size here fits the A6 size dies, and then I go up to the next size up, and then that fits all the A5 size dies. I haven't got one for all my big A4s. I just kind of keep that here, all the A4s ones, but I kind of store all my dies in these pockets, and they're called job cards, I think. And what I then do is I cut a piece of card to fit, and then cut some magnetic sheeting to then fit, and then you can put your dies sit on there quite nicely and keeps them all nice and neat. And then it also spaces all your dies out so that you don't get a big clump of dies at the bottom if you didn't have the magnetic sheeting in. Now some of them I haven't actually put into the job cards yet because I haven't used them. If I haven't used the dies, I won't put them into the job cards until I've used them. So as you can see, I have quite a few dies that I haven't used yet. So yeah, so they're all there. This is a new visible image stamp that I bought the other day. Again, I've just put it there because I've not used it, and I just love butterflies, so that just really spoke to me, so I'm looking forward to using that. So then as we come round this one here, this cupboard, I do need to sort it out. It's got all my, well, not all my, but some of my memory books that I've made. These are just a tiny little ATC sized memory books that I've made, which I really love. They're really cute to do, so that may be another series of videos in the future. This here is just the bare bones of one that I've made up already, that I just thought I'll just put it in there for the time being. Then I've just got my acrylic paints that I don't use very often, sort of in there, and then my distress paints there, more memory books, more paints up there. My spray paint, I use the spray paint to paint all my metal embellishments. So if I don't want the traditional brown metal, I can then colour it with one of those. And then we come around, we've got some Bob Ross oil paints and oil art wall paints in there. Come summer, me and my daughter, we always pick a craft to do together in the summer holidays. So that was one year we sort of we did all the Bob Ross oil paints. We kind of we followed along one of his tutorials on YouTube. Mine was rubbish, but my daughter's was really good. I think it was the one with the small waterfall that come down into a lake, which was coming off the page. She did it really well. Mine was rubbish, so I won't show you them. And then at the top there, just really quickly, I've got my craft box kits. I've taken all the product out of the boxes. I did have probably that whole top of that was all covered with craft box boxes, but they're just so nice I couldn't throw them away, so I repurposed them. So they've got MDF bits in, and then some of them went to a lady I know, to her daughter, and she's used them for a project at school. So you know, so that I like to recycle if I can. So then these have got just various bits in. As I say, you can see I like to label. So I've got chipboard, gilding flakes, I've got some moss, all my natural fibres are in there. I've got some mannequins up there, some tulle, the tulle netting up there. That's just various bits and pieces. And then over there we've got some Zutta wires and boards and bits and pieces like that. So that's that side. Oh, we didn't do that cupboard there where the bin is, because I have two bins. I have one bin which is for normal rubbish and one bin for recycling. So in that cupboard there, it's a bit messy. So it's got all canvas boards, canvas frames, It's got some beading in, bits that I bought from IKEA, like their square mirrors, all things like that in there. I've got some more of these spice racks there in there as well, so I won't bore you with that. And the same with this one. This one's a bit of the same. I've just got some that's got some craft paper in that I tend to, because I use it very much all the time. And it looks like my lights have all decided not to work. And then I put these lights in that that you can recharge them. That one looks like it needs recharge. Oh, there we go. It's worked now. So I can see what's in there. But I might put that one on charge. So that's sort of there. I've got some the Eco Green paints I've had for years and years and years. I can't get rid of because they still, there's some lovely colours in there. Some more of the Chill netting. And then I've got lots of MDF. I think that MDF here, and that is all from Creative Expressions. That I got from Lisa Horton when she was doing that show on Chanda. I did a lot of her samples for that, so that's all of those in there. So again, that's all handy. And I've got some leather bits in there that were off cuts from, I think I got them on eBay and things like that. So where should we go next? This metal drawer unit here, I've got scrap card, scrap decorative papers, and then the last 4 drawers have all got things for packing. So if I sell any of my memory books, or if my daughter sells any of her Decadent cases, we know where all the packing stuff is, so that's all in those drawers there. So it's tissue paper, bags, the plastic postal bags and things like that. So that's housed in there. And then coming up and around to the side, here's my light box I have in there. So that's got some of my daughter's stuff that she's doing. She makes these Decadent cases for people, which she likes to do. If you want to go and check her out, she's on Instagram as Star Milk Decadent, and yeah, she's got some lovely bits on there, and she does personalised hearts as well if you want to, instead of a figure. But go and check her out. She does some amazing work on there. And this here is a book that I've made that is going to be included in the giveaway. That is going to be its very secret. I'm going to start doing it very soon. I'm just getting all the bits and pieces together, so watch this space for that. So that is for so that's one of the items. And then we just come up here, and then this is got stamp period paper, graphic 45, Prima, 13 Arts. It's got some of the papertree things in there. Some of the cheap cart paper that you get from the works, that's all on there as well. Some 6x6 that I don't know what to do with, so they're there. Some graphic 45 journaling and the ephemera things are up there. These are all my beads and findings that I use when I do my decorative pins. So that's there. And then in the ones that are up there, they're all like my stickers and bits and bobs there that I use for memory books. And I've got some MDF words, so that's MDF in that one. That one's got all resin pieces, like the Prima resin bits and bobs. And I think I've got some Tim Holtz. Then we've got Tim Holtz, all his metal embellishments I keep together. I don't like to take them out of the packaging because they're too nice, so that's sort of in all in there. And my Finnabar things and pieces, so that they're all sort of in there. This cupboard is again more paint, so I need more paint. Truly need more paint. So I have my Cosmic Shimmer chalk paint and the Viva chalk paint. That's really good if you're doing big pieces of MDF, because obviously it comes in big jars, so that's really handy. The chalk paint, this is Deco Art chalk paint, and it glass paint as well, so that's really good. Deco Art media paint in there, and then just other odds and ends. So sort of that there. This drawer here is just one of those junk drawers. It's one of those drawers that everybody's got at home, that tend to things that you haven't got place for just go in your junk drawer. And that's I've got a few of those junk drawers, but that's one of them. And then in here I've got some seam binding, and I think I might have Prima flowers in this one. No, this is my rice paper, some extra pens, rice paper, and I think this one is all it's all my Stemperia moulds, and yeah, so they're all moulds in there, and bits and bobs. And then this cupboard here, that's got all my silicone moulds and all my bits that I use for when I'm making my resin pieces. I keep them all in that cupboard there, so they've got their own house. So I've got some Prima moulds and bits and bobs in there. So they're both full, actually, those baskets in there. So then I come to the Rascon, I think I pronounced that right, the cart, and that's got all my paper artsy paints in there. Again, fantastic paint, really, really good. I've not had one that's dried out, so they are fantastic quality as well. You can just get one coat off one, just put on one coat, and it should be plenty to cover your whole thing, so you don't have to keep going over it. So that's the paper artsy. And then just down here it's just got some odds bits in. I think I've got the Kaleidoscope paints from Cosmic Shimmer in there, which is the effect paint. It's like they've got a rust and a patina. One of them, they've got a few more others out now, but that's sort of housed in there. And then as we come up, these lovely plastic storage boxes from, yeah, you guessed it, IKEA. And they are housing all my Cosmic Shimmer bits that I'm using for my shows. Not all of the shows at one time. So what I've tended to do is I haven't got anywhere to put them at the minute, so I've sort of separated them out. So I've got one right at the bottom, it's got chalk cloud in it, and so I'll have all chalk cloud in a few of those. Then I've got my colour cloud. I haven't got all the colours, I will say. There are about 50 different colours, so much to choose from. I've never used them before, a couple of weeks ago, and I have to say that I'm blown away with them. I cannot say enough how fantastic they are. They blend easy, they take water, they react, so you can get your faux bleaching effect with them. You can water them down and use them with watercolour. You can stencil through them. You can I haven't added it yet to any paste, so I've not added that yet to see if it would work, because it might not, because it's an ink suspended in a pot. But yeah, your faux bleaching, you can put use your salt particles on it as well to give you that type of effect. There is loads that I've only scratched the surface on what you can do. And then what they actually do, they're actually in a tub, and in the tub there's a sort of a cylinder type sponge that's got a hole in the middle, so it looks a little bit like a donut, and all the ink is suspended in there. And on the top you've got a felt pad, and on that felt pad, once you press it down, it then releases the ink into your applicator, and then you can dab that bit off onto your mat and then just blend as you would a normal distress ink. And you know, so that's they are fantastic. Just, I would maybe, if you wanted to try them out, get 2 colours that will blend together. So you sort of get like a yellow and a red, so that once you mix them together you're going to make orange, so that you can see how beautiful they blend. Once you've done it and then gone, just leave it to dry for a couple of minutes, because you will get, I found you get a different effect. It tends to sort of ease into the colours, so that you know, you get that seamless blend. They are fantastic, I will say. Right, that's probably about 5 minutes spent talking about those, but I have to say I'm a big fan now, absolutely big fan of them. So they're the colour cloud. Then I've got all my pastes in there, so crackle paste, texture paste, grit paste, grit X paste, all things like that. I think that's a polished silk glitter, so it's very fine glitter. That one's sneaked in there. So that's all my paste. Here we have the Pixie Powders and the Intense Pigment Stain. So that's all there, and I've got some shimmer shakers in there as well. So they're more sort of colour based that you add. You know, the Intense Pigment Stain is ink. Obviously the name, it's intense pigment. And then the Pixie Powders is a powder that's got mica in it, and you know, different colours. So once you spritz it with water, it might look blue. So this one here is blue. It might look blue in the pot, but once you then add water to it, you then get different colours. So there might be a red or a yellow and a bit of mica in there. I'm not so au fait yet on what colours you get with the different pigment stains yet, but you know, give them a try as well. They're really good. So up here in this box, I should have a thing on there that says no looking. That is a box that is for my next show. So there's some few nice bits in there that I've got coming, so look out for that. So that's there. And then this box here is the same. This one here has also got some bits and pieces in that are coming to a TV channel to you very, very soon. So there, the 2 secret boxes at the top there. And then this is a new addition to my crafting arsenal, so to speak. And this is what I'm going to use when I go off to Create and Craft, where I can put all my samples in, all my bits that I need, all my paints, or you know, all my you know, all the paraphernalia that you have to take with you when you're going on the road, so to speak, or like if you go to a crop or something like that, that's what I can take. So this top bit, if you want to, if you don't want to see it, then just fast forward this bit of the video. So in the top bit, it opens out. It's actually a makeup trolley, but a lot of crafters use them, and I thought I'll have a go and see what it's like, because I did have my daughter's old one, it just wasn't big enough. So I thought I'm going to treat myself. So I've got this one, but I will say I will need another. So in the top, it kind of opens out. I like this idea that it opens out, and then you can put sort of different bits in. Because my idea is, I might have that open next to me when I'm doing my demonstrations, and I can just pick out all my bits, and then I can just fold it all apart back again, and then that cuts down then on all the sort of packing away time. Well, that's my that's the theory anyway. Whether or not it works, I don't know. And then it's got two other sort of smaller trays, and then one big tray right at the bottom, and that big tray at the bottom is going to house my die cutting machine. I've got the special edition Spellbinders one from Jane Davenport, so that fits neatly in there. The only thing I have to do is take off the handle, but that's, you know, no bother. So I've got, so that can go in the bottom. Then I can put another one with all my samples in. The next one has got my small Tim Holtz guillotine. So, you know, that's sufficient for what I want. Again, I'm going to get another one. And then that kind of, I will have overload of storage. So on to the next part. So just wheel that out the way. This then has got all my 12 by 12 papers in. So these are all my paper pads. That when I say paper pads, no, they're not. Let's get this right. These are all my single scrapbook papers. So papers that have been on sale, I tend to buy. And these ones, I tend to try and buy them in sets of 10. So if there's a sale on scrapbook paper and it's a collection, I try to get 2 of each one so that I can do 2 books out of. That's my theory anyway. I've did actually sort them all out, so they were in theme. So I had baby, teenagers, love, romantic, wedding. I had France, because I've got a lot of France papers. What else have I got? Male, boys, you know, all different ones, quirky ones, funny ones, all different. Cooking, this one's for cooking. I've got camping scrapbook papers as well. Food, so they've all sort of labelled them all up. Graphic 45 now. Graphic 45 I've had to put all together because they need to be together, and I think this here is graphic 45, so that there is graphic 45, and I think so that section there is all graphic 45, if you can see. So that's all loose papers of graphic 45 that I've got. Then as we come up, I've got my coordinations and paper stock in there. This is all 12 by 12. And up there, these are some of the 12 by 12 paper pads. So these are Tim Holtz. There's a few graphic 45 in there. There's some Crafter's Companion, Tim Holtz, Tilda, some of the cheaper ones. So these are all the cheap papers that I've sort of bought that you know, are handy for fillers if you need them. There's some graphic 45 and there's some Prima. Love Prima, love Prima. And then yeah, some of these are just paper, and there's some more Stamperia, some baby ones. So, oh, these are all Stamperia. Oh, I didn't realise I had all those. Oh, deep joy. Found some extra ones. So, there are some in there. And then up the top there, there's some more paper, some cardstock. This white paper here, I say paper, it's card actually, is when you fold it, it gives you an 8 by 8 card. So, they're all sort of in there. And then in this one here is some of my stamps. So I have some of my stamps, and this goes way back. So you pull it out, and there you can see just about there. Got stamp things are coming off. So I've got them again. I've got them in categories as well. But I'm actually going to change them back into brand. So then we come to, this is the this is the back of where I sit. So I've got these metal filing cabinet type drawers, again, IKEA. And they are brilliant size. They fit A4 cardstock beautifully, which I've got some in here. So this is on my A4 card. Well, not all of it, but some of it. And then again, I label. I could do with some more labelling. They're a bit tired now. So that's sort of all my used embellishments as such that I tend to use. And then these round metal canisters type things. they've got magnets on the back, and obviously they stick to my drawers, and I've just put all my most used metal embellishments in then, and then that's filled up another drawer, so that so you can put some more stuff in. So that's got my drawer handles. I put my memory books, some safety pins, lots of embellishments I use with my memory books are all in sort of here, which is you know, keeps it handy. Some hinges, so loads of things like that. And then obviously in the bottom I've got lace and wooden embellishments, flower ribbon, sort of stringed pearls. That's all my flower ribbon in there. Cotton laces in the bottom. So yeah, I've got quite a lot of bits and bobs around. And then this cupboard here at the top, this is a new addition that has just in the last month or so my husband put it up for me, but then here is more Stamperia paper, more graphic 45, so it's all sort of in here. I'm sort of running out of space really. I need my daughter's bedroom, and because that's a bit bigger than this, but that's another story. So then this is my cupboard that I've just obviously just been put up, so it's pretty empty at the minute. So that one in this box here, that has that one there, sorry, that is got that's my indigo blue stamps in there that are new. I won't put them away until I've used them. So, and then there's some more stamps in that one there that I haven't yet stamped, so they stay in there and I bring them out when I do projects, because then I use them first. And then here's my all my Jane Davenport sort of paraphernalia there that keep them all together. And then those 3 boxes there, they haven't got anything in yet, so they're waiting for stock. And then I've got some polka doodles embellishments in that, my Amsterdam paints, and then right at the top there is my watercolour pencils and the Ecoline watercolour pens. Don't use them at all very much, so that's why they're sort of all the way up there. And the same with the Amsterdam paints. They're only small, so I might take them if I'm going away somewhere and then I want to do some crafting in the hotel room, and the paints are just small enough to take. So I tend to keep them up there out of the way, as they're not my everyday go-to paint. So that then is a whistle-stop tour of my craft room. As I say, it is a bit of a whistle-stop and that, so I'm going to hopefully turn you round. Here we go. Hello. So I hope you've enjoyed my little craft room tour. Really, it's a whistle stop. I've got lots, you know, I haven't gone through all my drawers, which I don't want to bore you with stuff like that. But if there's anything that you want to know about that, or stuff, I'll get my words out, or stuff that I've got, I've shown that I use for storage, then please just leave me a link down, a message down below, and I'll get back to you. I hope I've got this right. I hope I'm not going to be upside down. I think I feel as though I should have turned you round. Let me see if I turn you around. Hopefully that might be a bit better. Ah, there we go. Oh, so I think I had you around the wrong way. Oh, fiddle. Anyway, so let's go again. So I hope you've enjoyed my quick little walk around my craft room. It was supposed to be done over a year ago, near enough, when I did my alternative craft room that was really messy, and it's taken me all this time to actually get it back to being nice and tidy again. I seem to have had so much stock delivered and product that I was running out of space to put it, so my work surfaces were chock-a-block, and I was just finding it harder and harder to craft in. So I thought, no, it's got to be now. I've got to sort it out. So that was my job last weekend. So this is my result. It's not perfect. It still needs a lot of work doing to it, but at least I can now craft in it, which is something that I feel comfortable with, because I'm one of these crafters. I do a project, and once I've finished, I like to tidy everything away and then start again afresh. And it's like, for some unknown reason, I've got a real big thing about having a tidy floor. So if I've got die cut pieces all over the floor, or bits of paper that have been dropped, I can't craft until I've swept up. So I have to have my floor near enough spotless before I can craft. I don't know, it's just an OCD thing for me, I think, that I have to have that. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, like so. That would be brilliant. And give me a like or a comment. Comments are lovely. Or if you can, subscribe and join my subscriber gang. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, because then what that does is when I upload a video, you will then get a notification emailed to you to say that I have uploaded new content on my channel. So you will be one of the first people to see it. Come and say hi on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, most of the social media. I'm now on Twitter, although I don't tweet an awful lot. I try, but I'm still trying to get to grips with that. I'm not really a tweeter. I like Facebook or Instagram, seems to be my thing. But I'm trying. I am trying to do it daily, so I'm trying to get on the Twitter train, if that's what you can call it. Yes, just trying to get a bit more au fait with Twitter, getting up with the locals and stuff. That's probably not the right thing to say. Getting down with the gang, so to speak. So please send me some love. And again, if there's anything that I do, any storage you'd like to know where I've got them from, or how I store some other stuff, then again, leave me a comment down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Right, well, I'm gonna love and leave you from this side of the camera. Next time you see me, I will be finishing off the album that we have been doing with Creative Expression Die. So that's next time I upload, it'll be that. I'm maybe doing some Facebook Lives in the near future, so again, come and say hi on Facebook, and again, that will notify you when I'm uploading, when I'm coming on live, and so yeah, come and do that. So with that, I'm going to say sayonara, and I will see you on the next one.